So my name's Paul Martin, I'm the Chief Exec of LGBT Foundation. I'm originally from Eastbourne on the south coast, but I've been living in Manchester for over 30 years, so I see myself as a naturalised Mancunian now. It was brilliant the first time we all met as commissioners. We met in a big room on Oldham Street and we shared our experiences and our stories. Initially there was a sense of them and us, the different commissioners, but very quickly those differences were dispelled and overcome, and we shared our stories and we stopped making assumptions about each other very quickly, I think, because the civic commissioners often had their own experiences of poverty, their own experiences of inequality, and it was really brilliant to sort of like hear those and share those and create that sense of equality in the room.
Roots and civic.
Well, I think that the connections the commissioners had really was about their willingness to be honest, their willingness to share their stories, their willingness to hear other people's experiences. And I think that very, very quickly the shared camaraderie, the shared sort of like, you know, capital that we were building was turned into a very, very positive force for good in terms of the sessions that we had. There were lots of very significant moments during the times we spent together, because I think that when people tell their truth in a room of relative strangers at the beginning, and particularly when people haven't told that truth to others before, there's a real sense of kind of sacred space being built. And there were many, many times, some very, very sad, some very, very funny, experiences that people shared about their backgrounds and about their lives that really kind of like built unity and really built mutual respect for each other very, very quickly.
Anything that surprised you?
I learned lots from all of the commissioners, and in many ways I learned more things than I can just recount in the short space of time that we have. But I think that I really got a sense of people's passion, of people's really, really strong intent to ensure that something very positive came out of our experiences together. And I learned loads. I mean, I learned absolutely loads. I learned loads about myself. I was reminded about some of the experiences that I've been through that I might have kind of forgotten or overlooked. But I learned a lot from other people and how in the face of adversity people can often really, really accomplish great things and can often surprise themselves as well with what they actually accomplish. I think what I enjoyed the most was actually, you know, connecting with people that I would not normally have actually been given the opportunity to connect with. I also think that I've taken away from this process, you know, the need for my organisation to start talking about how poverty and disadvantage impacts on lesbian, gay, bisexual and trans people. It's one of the things that brought me into the Commission in the first place, because you don't often hear about the needs of LGBT people and poverty in the same sentence. So actually what we take away from this is a real sense of commitment to look at how we can provide better services and more support to LGBT people that are going through sort of like really, really difficult situations. Well, I think that the Commission has already achieved so much, and I think that even during extraordinarily difficult times through lockdown and sort of like, you know, not being able to necessarily spend as much time physically together as we might have thought, I think the commissioners have really, really made a commitment to follow through on the objectives that we set for ourselves. So I think there's some great frameworks and toolkits that have emerged. There's also going to be this video that will be able to be a legacy. But I'm also aware that some of the commissioners have made really strong connections with each other. Some of the civic commissioners are taking away really, really tangible change projects that they can sort of like implement within their own organisations. So I think that the Truth Commission will sort of like live on, and I think it will live on within the commissioners and also with the resources that are generated from our time together. But I think it touched us all in a way that means that we absolutely feel incredibly motivated to carry on with this campaign and to continue to do everything that we can to not only support people in poverty and disadvantage, but also to fight the vast inequalities that exist in this country. Never ever give up on the power of people and the beauty of people's inner resilience to not only survive but really, really thrive in the face of disadvantage and adversity. I met some true community heroes during my time with the Poverty Truth Commission, and I will always be